The air in Thornhedge carried the stale sweetness of dried roses, but underneath, a faint tang like rusted iron. Rain streaked the window panes, warping the overgrown garden into smears of green and gray. My new home. A governess for two children I hadn't met. Mrs. Harrington, the estate manager, handed me the heavy brass key. "They're quiet souls," she'd said, avoiding my eyes. Easily startled, the door groaned open on hinges that whispered of disuse. Dust motes danced in the weak light, settling on frayed velvet armchairs. Upstairs, the nursery waited. I found their drawings first, tucked under a loose floorboard in my bedroom, not childish scribbles. Imprecise, chilling things, stick figures with elongated limbs dancing around a house that bled dark charcoal rivers from its windows. One figure, taller, watched from the corner. The paper felt strangely cold. That night the sounds began, not footsteps, a rhythmic brushing against the hallway wall like small hands trailing over peeling wallpaper. Then muffled laughter, high, musical, but thin, like wind through broken glass. I checked the children's room, both asleep. Oliver's small hand lay open on the quilt, palms smudged with charcoal. The laughter returned every night, closer, sometimes accompanied by a sudden, frigid draft that smelled of wet earth and decaying apples. Oliver began sleepwalking. I found him standing in the moonlit nursery, facing the corner. "They want to play hide and seek," he murmured, eyes unfocused. "But you're it." Lily, his sister, refused to enter the east wing. "The cold lady sings there," she'd whisper, clutching my skirt. "She's sad." I saw nothing but shadows stretching too long in the afternoon sun and felt a pressure behind my eyes as if the house itself was holding its breath. One afternoon, arranging books in the disused library, I found a hidden panel behind a crumbling encyclopedia. Inside, a single child's shoe. It's impossibly old, leather brittle, stained dark at the toe. A tiny button lay beside it, etched with a fading crest. That night, Oliver drew that exact shoe in charcoal. Below it, the words, "Found you." The air grew thick, tasting of ozone and damp stone. I woke. To Lily screaming, not in fear, delight. "They're swinging from the curtains," she shrieked, pointing at the empty bay window. The curtains billowed, undisturbed. Oliver giggled beside her, tracing invisible patterns on the frost-kissed glass. My reflection stared back, pale and hollow-eyed. Just behind me, the curtains swayed again. Impossible. I stood perfectly still. Last night, Oliver led me to the cellar door. "They want to show you the game," he said, his voice flat. The air below carried that metallic sweetness, now thick as syrup. Lily hummed a lullaby, not one I taught her. On the damp stone wall, 3 small handprints shimmered slightly, wetter than the surrounding stone. Fresh, as I raised my candle, the tiny prints began to drip, thick, dark rivulets crawling downward. Oliver pointed past me. "Oh, can't you see them? They're right behind you." The cold intensified, sharp as broken teeth. Lily's humming shifted, becoming mournful, distant. I didn't dare turn. The candle flame guttered violently, throwing frantic shadows that didn't match the stillness of the room. One shadow stretched longer than the others, small, misshapen, reaching. Oliver smiled at the empty air beside my shoulder. "Now you're playing too." The cellar door slammed shut, the dripping. Handprints on the wall weren't water. They smelled like old roses and rust, Lily stopped humming. Her eyes widened, fixed on something just over my shoulder. "Don't look," Oliver whispered, taking her hand. "She's it forever now." The candle went out. In the suffocating dark, something small and impossibly cold brushed my open palm. A tiny hand, waiting for me to seek.